Hey guys, welcome back to our channel here at the Laux family farm. I'm kind of taking a break from farm chores and farm things, and I am moving on to do some landscaping. This side of our house has always kind of bothered me. It's very bland and boring. There's no height or structure, and honestly all the plants that are here are just clearance perennials that I've just been grabbing the last 8 years at stores when I go through. So there's really no rhyme or reason. And my husband, Alex, found these cool galvanized troughs on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm going to use them in a landscaping project I have. So this is my first day starting on the project, and I thought I'd take you along with me. Quick, before I get started, this is what we're working with a blank slate. I promise there is quite a few perennials, but there's just no height or structure, and as you see, it is just boring as can be. Now this is kind of my vision. I have these two planters. I do want to paint them a nice dark brown, or not paint, stain them. And then this galvanized tub, I'm hoping to have a trellis, and I want to place it right in there, maybe kind of change up the edging a little bit. But this is my inspiration. I could totally go a different route and change it all up. We will see. Clean up all of the perennials. I have a tree peony, lots of daffodils and tulips. You can barely see, but I have hostas all over the place that are getting ready to emerge. Azalea bush, different type of ornamental grasses, lots of sage, lavender, and forget-me-nots, phlox, all sorts of things. So I'm gonna have to dig all of this up. That's gonna be my first step. This will be a two-part video, so if you aren't already, please consider subscribing so that you can see the next video to come out after this one. All right, let's get to it. Bottom of this trough there was a plug, and we tried our hardest to just take that off, but it is rusted on. So Alex just used his drill and put some drainage holes on the bottom, and then he helped me carry these planters up. It's one of those projects where it's looking way worse before it looks better, but I think we're making progress. Okay, here is an update. My phone died, so I was not able to continue taking a time lapse. But I was able to get most of the perennials dug up and replanted into a spot that I think it'll work well. I'm sure it'll keep changing as the season goes on. This is where I'm ending today, but I'll be sure to pick the camera up the next time I start working on the project. Hey, it has been 2 weeks since I have touched the side of the house and worked on our landscaping project. I'm on my way to the pole barn now because Alex is starting to build a trellis that we will put in the stock tank that will go along the side of the house. Yeah, so let's go take a look and see what he's got going on. Ooh, it looks good. Get the low one, show me. You daddy's little helper? The last hour or so, staining the trellis. Alex did such a good job building it for me, and I think the stain makes it look absolutely perfect. It's time to go get it and move it to the side of the house now that it's all dry. She is up and she looks wonderful. I am so happy. I just have to fill this with soil now and I can get it planted up. I think eventually I'd like to do roses or clematis, but this season I already have some sweet peas started. So I think I'll plant those up, especially since they are a little bit more cold tolerant. And we'll see how that does this season. And maybe if I find a good deal on some clematis or a rose that I like, I'll add it there. But I am really happy with how this is turning out so far. Again, a few days later, I am going to be filling up the trough with some soil, and I have a couple little plants to also pot up. I already went around the yard and tried to find as many leaves and sticks and things to kind of fill up the bottom of it. But the rest I do have to source out some compost to get it filled. I also went to the store, we went to Menards, and I got some pansies. They're not blooming yet, a couple are. They're this really pretty blue color that I'll put in some of the pots too. And even I got my sweet peas hardened off so that I can have the sweet peas starting to climb. So I'm actually standing in our pig pen. I'd be crazy not to utilize this resource. It's gonna be some great fertilizer for whatever plants I do put into the trough. I'll probably fill about half of the trough up with this nice rich manure, and then I will get some other fill dirt to put on top. Now time to add these sweet peas. I did start these from seed. I spent the last few days hardening them off and getting them ready to go outside. So let's hope they do well. Got my little helper. All right, so these are the plants I started from seed, my sweet peas. I have two varieties, Royal Farm Sweet Pea Mix and the Salmon Cream Sweet Peas. I think I'm just going to plant the Royal Family on this trellis, and I have another spot for the Salmon Cream Sweet Peas. So I'm gonna get these planted on the trellis, and then I'll put some pansies in the front, and definitely think this video will be a two-part series. So after I plant them up, I'll show you the planting, show you what it looks like when it's done. But then the second project is going to definitely be edging, getting fresh mulch, and then filling it in with some more perennials to just really make the space feel complete. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. The idea is that it's mainly bulbs and some annuals, so that way I can decide what I want here long term. I'm not really doing any perennials. All right. So that's gonna be it for this video. We'll see you next time, and I'll be sure to do a part 2 update for when I get this.
Also on the next day.
I'll do a part 2 when I have more done.
Next day.
Yep, say bye guys.
Bye guys. And also have a fun day.
Yes, have a fun day.